here. Gotta get rid of that. Go there, and then go there. That's
And
live.
then you press
That's
live, and then it goes
live,
back
and
to
then go
this, and
settings. Okay, so it wants to access my microphone and my camera. So how do I do that?
it's
Notifications
not.
here. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, personal settings.
Talk to the people who are here.
Well, we're just gonna chat with you guys for a minute. I can't really see any of the comments except for the guys on YouTube. That one's just getting started. My hair's a mess. Who do we got here? Happy New Year! How invest right? How are you doing today? We're just getting ready to get started. Where's the microphone in? Because I've never had this problem before.
I've never. I don't use iPhones because I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
lovely.
learning as I'm going.
View on YouTube. Okay. Okay, that one's streaming. This one's streaming. This one is YouTube. That one is there. That one is there. And let's go. Here. Let's go out of there. Let's go right into there. Let's go right to here.
Nobody needs that many things open.
The only thing men need to what? What do us men need to do? Okay, you guys, give me a couple seconds while I'm getting this thing set up. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. All right. Neo Crazy Boy, what's happening? Having an issue with TikTok, some strange reason. What am I doing? Okay, right over here. Historical data. Hey, we got 5 people here already over there. Cool beans, how you doing? And over here on Facebook, nothing going on yet. There we go, dividends only, lovely, and let's see all of the dividends. And here is Johnny, there we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's horrible. Horrible, horrible you say, yes, horrible I say. So, we're still having a little bit. Do you Miss Juice WRLD? What the heck is that, WRLD?
World.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Juice World?
What the heck is Juice World? WRLD. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up, see what it says. WRLD. It has no options. So that's going to be a no. I need one of my shirts, by the way. All right. Here we go. All right, that's much better. Never be able to make a woman happy. Oh, the boy Jeffy. What's happening, Jeffy? Are you very Sigma? I have no idea what that means. I have always had the worst year. Okay. Can we look at Microsoft? Yeah, let's take a look at MSFT. MSFT. I love a Microsoft. First thing I always want to see when I took a look at any stock is, hold on, WLD. Yeah, but see, WRLD has no options, so it's going to be a no. I'm very Sigma, thank you. Procter & Gamble. We'll take a look at Procter & Gamble. Hold on a second. PG. Wrote that down in my book. Uh-oh. What is that? What did I miss? Give it to Julie. See if she knows how to do it. It says ask for access to my microphone. That look means she didn't know nothing. All right. All right, Procter & Gamble, we'll take a look at that one. Thank you, Alfred. Thank you. Okay, Blow 4. What the heck are you looking for? Okay, yeah, I already looked at WRLD. It doesn't fit the parameters. I'm looking for companies that have weekly options and dividends, and WRLD does not fit. So that's going to be, that's a no. All right, let's go. Now, we're taking a look at Microsoft. I want to take a look at 5 things, sorry. Number 1, the high of the year. That's the high of the year. The low of the year. Oh, that was a year ago. Okay, where was it a year ago? Right down here, the 370 area. Where is it now? 423. So let's take our little finger and go like this. Well, up, down, up, down. Basically. Now we can do all the little movements, but basically the big movements is up and then back down again. Can I look at what? Hold on a second. Can I look up Gary? What the hell is Gary? Is Gary actually a stock? Gary. No data. MSFT. Yeah, funny. All right. Anyway, back over here. First thing I always want to see anytime I look at a stock is the 5 points that I'm looking for. Okay? The bottom, the top, where it was, where it is. Look at the movement. Nice steady movement to the upside. Well, great. Low, taper, fade, imagination, ninja, all right, whatever. Okay, so here we go. Currently at 424.95. So I'll be looking at the 425s. The 425s are going for $3 to $3.50. I'm going to say absolutely no, because I like to get 1% per week. Simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1%. I ain't getting it from Microsoft this week. Now, don't get me wrong. Microsoft usually gives me a great 1%. Well, it is what it is. What's going on?
Don't worry about it.
All righty. Don't worry about it. All right, so Microsoft is going to be a no. Let's take a look at KeyBank. Somebody wanted to take a look at KeyBank the other day. K-E-Y. There we go. Same thing. Always, always, always the same thing. Same routine over and over and over again. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? And what direction is it going? Up, down, up, down. We're sitting right here at 17.29. Great. The closest strike price to 17.29. You want me to look at the 415 puts? Hold that thought. Right now, it's at 1748. The 1750 is going for 13 to 21. That is 1%. That's what we're looking for. That being said,
Your phone needed a restart, like I
Did
just
it?
said.
did it now. We're going to get TikTok up and running in any second. There we go. Let's go right there and let's reverse the camera. Reverse the camera so people can read. That didn't reverse it. There we go. That reversed it. Now let's take a look at who's here tonight. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. TJ's here. All right, TJ. Or the 420 puts. All right, well, I really don't do puts, so I don't know what you're looking for. Hunchy, how you doing? Keith Helm, Richard Bruner. Ah, you beat the wife here tonight. Way to go. Josiah, Lone Star. Way to go. Johnny, Hugh. All righty, all righty. The Bruners are here. Yeah. David's here too. David, way to go. All right, so let's get back to where we were. We're looking at KeyBank. All right, so we do have the numbers. Here we are. We're dropping from the top, which was a couple of weeks ago. Now here, and we're turning around. So let's take a closer look at that. Hello from Brazil. How are you doing today? The last 90 days. Okay, same thing. Good evening, David, Bud, Buck. How are you doing? Dan, Austin. What's happening? I am Tom Love Lady. Alrighty then. All right. That being said, I'm looking for the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the movement. Up, down. Now she's going sideways. Let's zoom in a little bit tighter. How you doing, Bill? Buck, I'm doing great. WW, what's happening? Oh, Rich Bruno wants to take a look at Intel. INTC. Now, Rich, I still have some Intel. Neo, I love that you're on YouTube. You moved the screen down to the bottom right. That's awesome. Alrighty then. I'm glad you approve. Good evening. Oh, B-Rad Daddy. Back again. Cool Beans wants to take a look at Walgreens. I like Walgreens. WBA. I actually have some Walgreens still, if you can believe it. Let's concentrate on KeyBank. We want to take a look at the last 30 days. All right, last 30 days. Right there we go. I hate it when that happens. Last 30 days. Right there. All right, so 30 days ago was our 30-day high, 19 bucks. She drops down to the 30-day bottom at 16.75. That was 2 weeks ago. She goes up, pulls back. Now she's just going sideways. Do we really know which direction it's going? No. I usually like some kind of a direction. But right here, we're just basically going sideways at the moment. No distinct pattern. Oh, you're using too much memory, which may cause the system to crash. Oh, cool beans. Well, we'll see what happens. Flock Queen wants to take a look at Riot. Well, I like Riot. We'll put that down and take a look at also RIOT, and let's see what we're doing. Frankenstein, what do you think about the rumors that Walgreens and Macy's are shutting down stores? Stories? No, stores. Yeah, well, hold on, I'm going to get to that in a second. Dina, hi there. Can you tell me what program you are using, the software? Actually, it's not software. This is a trading platform which is available through Thinkorswim, owned by Charles Schwab. Okay? Neo wants to take a look at PPG. All right, so let's keep on going. All right, as I was saying, KeyBank has no distinct direction other than the 30-day high was 30 days ago. 2 weeks ago was the bottom, and hypothetically, she should be moving. She is moving up, but very, very slowly. It could be a very long play for us, but the key is, do you like KeyBank? Well, I like KeyBank. Caldwell, Cutie. Marathon. I like Marathon. M-A-R-A. Okay, we'll take a gander at it. Just chill for a little bit. Let's move on. Now, KeyBank, Caldwell, Cutie, how you doing? No distinct direction with KeyBank. All right, Key Corporation, whatever. 1750, get 13 to 21, just about your 1%. Remember, I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. AMD. Well, next on the list, okay, Kings with Style. Interesting name. Busting Clay. Really? You want to take a look at O Realty? You're definitely new here. And the reason why I can tell you you're new here is because everybody that's been here for at least 3 or 4 days, bare minimum, knows I do not like O Realty. And there's a reason why I don't like O Realty. Reason number one, which is I can't think of any other reason other than the fact that it is a monthly optionable stock. What does that mean, a monthly optionable stock? Well, it means I can only do a trade once a month. What good is that going to do me?
Not much.
Okay, I'm looking for simple, safe,
Secure.
consistent, and predictable 1% per week. I cannot do that with a monthly. I can only do it with a weekly. So O is a no. All right. So Luke, Flock Queen, something without a dividend. Since when? Ooh, good question. New, but enjoying it. Thank you kindly. Caldwell Cutie wants to take a look at QCOM also. QCOM. Now, I like QCOM. QCOM is on my list. But let's go as they come along. Do you think Pepsi is a good pick? King with Style, usually not, but we'll take a quick peek at it. Sit tight. I got like 5 or 6 companies to take a look at first. Can we look at Win? Hold on a second, Flock. W-Y-N-N. All right, next on our list is Procter & Gamble. Now, I do these as they come in. So if you give me a stock to take a look at, it will go to the bottom of the list, and I will take a look at it. Now, please, only ask the question once. I will answer each and every single question. Okay, you got my word on it. I will not leave until each question is looked. Bicky, General Motors. G. M. All right, next on the list is Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble. All right, Procter & Gamble is going to be a no this week, but we are going to keep our eye on it. The reason being, 30-day high was a couple of weeks ago, but look at where it is. We haven't found the 30-day bottom yet on Procter & Gamble. Okay, Alpha wants to take a look at Ford. I like Ford. It was my #1 pick last year. Do something about it. Dawn, I have no idea what you're talking about. Riven. All right. Caldwell Cutie. Riven is not 20 years old. I have a couple of criteria that I am looking for. Ford is fickle with dividends. Yes, Luke, I'm aware of that. But thank you. Hold on a second. Hold on. Where are we? Okay, Caldwell Cutie. Riven. Not 20 years old. Let me tell you the parameters first. All right. ALB. Abelmal. ALB. I can't possibly look at it fast as you guys are throwing them up here. Here's what I'm looking for. Polestar, don't have dividends, but 20x. Yeah, no dividends, no thank you. Simple. Here we go. Are you ready? What's the S&P 500? No rush. No S&P 500 either. Because if it has no dividends, no thank you. If it has no weekly options, no thank you. Let me tell you what I'm looking for more specifically. I'm looking for companies with two criteria. That's it. Just two. So don't give me anything unless it contains these two very important criteria. Number one, 20 years of increased dividend payments to the shareholders. What does that mean? Basically, simply put, a dividend is a portion of the profits paid to the investors. If the company is profitable, they'll take the profits and put it back into the company for capital growth. If that's what you're here looking for, you're in the wrong place. I don't do capital growth. I'm not looking to buy something and have it go up. No, I'm not. I'm looking for cash flow. So if a company is profitable, they have a choice. Put the money back into the company for capital growth. No. Put the money and give it back to the investors as a dividend. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for cash flow. Okay, I'm retired. Okay, I'm retired. I do not have, I like that. I do not have the desire to go back to work and punch a time clock. No thanks. I've been working since 1973. I'm pretty much done with corporate America. Being said. Now, the reason why I don't like spiders, because the numbers just don't work. Now, we'll get into that in a little bit, but we will see what we can do. Andrew, you want to take a look at Lockheed Martin, LMT? LTM, Lockheed Martin, LMT. All right, let's keep on going. Hey, S&G Trading Bull, how are you doing? So let's go with what we have. 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. Those are the only two I'm looking for. If you're having difficulty with that, let me help you out. Dividend Kings, 54 companies that have consistently increased their dividends to their shareholders for more than 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats, 67 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for 25 consecutive years. Dividend Champions, 150 companies that have consistently increased their dividend payments to their shareholders for a minimum of 25 years. The rules are a little bit different between the champions and the aristocrats, but both 25 years. Now, finally, bringing up the tail end, we have the dividend contenders. 300 companies that have consistently increased those dividends. Do you have to pay for those lists? No, Dina, you do not. Go to Google and do in the search bar. You search Dividend Kings List 2025. And lo and behold, you will find it. It is free for the asking. Ask and you shall receive. Matthew 24. Dividend Aristocrats, same thing. Dividend Aristocrats, you kind of look like Ralph Macchio. Gee, thank you. We're both about the same age and we both don't age. I think it's wonderful. Anyway, Dividend Aristocrats List 2025, same thing. Go to whatever search engine you use. Put it in there. Yes, he does. Yeah, I get that. So, the lists are free. And let's kick in one more list. Are you ready for this one? Warren Buffett's stock list 2025. 10,200 with Polestar. I have no idea what the hell Polestar is. If I've heard of it, then, and you got to give me the ticker symbol, number one. Number two, I would appreciate it if the company had dividends and weekly options. At least 20 years. Yeah, Polestar, great. Give me the ticker symbol. I'll take a look. All right. Chuck, Costco, yeah, it's out of my price range, dude. I try to stay under $300 per share. Costco's way out of range. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Ribbon, no. We'll take a look at Pepsi. We'll look at Lockheed Martin. I'm not going to look at Costco. It's out of my price range. Rivian, no. Delta Airlines, DAL. You guys do realize I've only gotten through 2 so far, and I got like 20 more to go through. I can't look at everything. Macy's. Is Spy going to pump tomorrow? Don't know, don't care. It's not on my list. Don't look at it. Okay? But that's me. It's not one of those things that I'm worried about. Lockheed Martin. We'll get to that. Okay. Comic Bees. Old Realty. Hell no. We already looked at it. I already said no. Too many people using your account for scamming. You're absolutely right, Don. That is why every single night I say, if you really want to talk to me, right, put your number in the DM and I will call you. That's simple. Okay? Johnson & Johnson. Those premiums are always terrible. J&J. All right. Coney. Hell no. QYLD. Double hell no. Could you say, Andrew, you need to put down the monsters? Okay. QUBT. No, Lewis, sorry. Is that it? Uh-oh. PSNY. Really? PSNY. No. You like it? There it is. It's a no. When I say weekly options, why the hell are you showing me something that only has monthlies? Do you not listen? Weekly options only. Polster, no. What is your take on Altria? I actually have a position in Altria. So we will take a look at that, okay? PM, Philip Morris. Do you provide those lists? Caldwell Cutie, I just told you where to get those. Why do you have multiple streams on YouTube? The other stream and the volume is trash. Well, let's find out why it's trash. Why is it trash, Jacob? Testing, testing, testing. There we go. Is that better? I just turned up the volume a little bit. Pump up the volume. Here we go. All right. Oh, Realty, hell no. Comic Bees, do you listen? No. Caldwell Cutie, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and then Warren Buffett's list. Pretty simple. Yep, there you go. AbbVie. James wants to take a look at AbbVie. AbbV. AbbVie. What is Forex or stock? Oh my goodness. Can somebody answer that question for him? Hell, Jennifer, there were 5. Yeah. Caldwell Cutie, 5. You ready? Kings, Aristocrats, Champions, Contenders, and Warren Buffett's list. Okay, Andrea wants to take a look at Harley Davidson and Micron. HOG&MU. All right, I'm going to about a couple more, and then I'm going to hold up. Comic Base. Hell no to O. That's insane. Also saying Costco price is too expensive. Is ill-informed. Ooh, okay. I always like it when people tell me that I'm wrong. Okay. Costco, C-O-S-T. Okay, now, if you think I'm going to pay $920 a share for a stock just to gain 1%, no. I can get 1% on a $20 stock. I can get 1% on a $10 stock. Why would I take the chance? $920 per share. Per share. Yeah, that ties up all my money. Yeah, no thank you. GEVO. What the heck is GEVO? GEVO. Gevo Incorporated. Yeah, hell no. How do you get 20 years of increased dividends with a stock that's $2? Really? All right. Okay, volume is good now on YouTube. Main Street Capital. You actually got to give me this simple. Dude, don't get uppity. You don't see the comments when we first ask. Yeah, I got that. Okay, now you got to remember one thing. Okay, I got Facebook here, Instagram there, TikTok here, YouTube here, TikTok there, and a YouTube down here. And you think you're the only ones coming up with questions? No, I get to them as fast as I can, and I did say I will get to every single question. So let's move on. A politician is buying it, but yeah, okay, don't really care. If it doesn't have a weekly options and 20 years of increased dividends, no thanks. Okay, we looked last week. There's 9,848 different companies you can invest in on any given day. That's a lot to choose from. I only like those that are consistently profitable. How do you figure that out? Well, you can read every single quarterly report, every single annual report if you want to. Me, I go straight to the dividends because if a dividend increases and it's part of their profits, the dividend cannot increase unless the profits increase. So I don't bother reading the annual reports and the quarterly reports. If the dividend increases, that means the profits increase because they do not increase dividends unless the profits increase. Point blank, right to the point. I don't want to waste my time reading about a lot of nonsense. But that's me. You guys got to figure out what you want to do that works for you. This works for me. Alrighty, so let's go and take a look. First on the list, Intel, INTC, INTC. Okay, I like it. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways. We're sitting at 2056. The 2050 is up on the board at the moment. The 2050 is going for 45 cents per share. That is over 2%. Frontman 17, how you doing? I'm new here. Yes, you are. Sit back, relax, chill. See if what I am saying, makes sense. If it does, great. If it doesn't, ask questions. Okay. Now, Intel. We see the high, we see the low, we see what direction it's going, what's going on right here, which is in the last couple of weeks. I want to zoom into that to see if it is a good contender for this upcoming week. What am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for it to bounce off of the bottom and start going back up again. Okay, so 90 days. The last 90 days, same 5 things. High, low, where was it, where is it, what's the direction? Sideways, up, down, now she's bouncing off the bottom. It is easy to see here on the 90-day chart. Okay, sideways, up, down, here's the bottom, 90-day high, 90-day low. And it's bouncing off of that and going to the upside. Great. Now let's take a look at the 30-day chart. Now the reason why I want to take a look at the 30-day chart, because that gives me a good idea of where it's going next week. I want to jump in on Monday and be out on Friday. Michelle Boudreau, how are you doing over there? How are things in Marshfield? It's getting cold up there, isn't it? Anyway, so look at the 30-day chart. Here's your high right there. I can get a 3rd grader. I can actually get my 4-year-old grandson in here and say, hey, little buddy, where's the high? Right there. Where's the low? Right there. What direction is it going? Down, now up. Well, look at all the space we have between here and here. Between where it is now and the high of the 30-day period. Well, great. I love Intel. Intel, I actually own some, but it is on my list. All right, so let's take a look. 2058, the 2050 is going for 45 cents. That's over 2%. So let's do a practice trade. You guys always asking. Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. See how it works. Let's get rid of this. Let's change this to covered stock. Let's take a look at the 2050s right there. Okay, let's do just one contract so you guys understand we're only doing one at the market. Now, the reason why I do it at the market because I'm buying the stock and selling the option at the exact same time. Now, when you ever hear me say one of my videos, hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-minute trader. I don't want to be sitting in front of my computer 10, 15 minutes. I want to be done. I want to be out. I'm not looking for a huge amount. I'm only looking for 1% per week. Okay, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. That's what I'm looking for. So let's take a look. Okay, I'm buying 100 shares of Intel. I'm selling one contract for 10 January at the market. So let's see what the order looks like. Here it is. Buy one covered call in Intel 100s. Those are the weeklies. 10 January 25. Well, that's this coming Friday. What does that mean? Well, that means I'm buying the stock, 100 shares. I'm selling one contract, one covered call, okay, at the market to open, and I'm selling the 2050. Okay, what's my break even? Well, my break even is right there, $20.08. Well, it's currently at $20.58, and it's in an upward trend. Well, I like both of those. Upward trend and over 1%? Hell yeah. All right, maximum profit, 41.50. Okay, right there, maximum profit, 41.50. Well, that's just for one contract. I want to know how much am I going to make before I even do it. This is one of those set it and forget it type trades. Well, buy the stock, sell the option, sell somebody the rights, not the obligation, to buy it from me for the exact same price I just paid. What am I getting? I'm getting 1% or more every single week. Now, it doesn't take a genius to add 1%, 52 weeks, 52 times, because it's 52 weeks in a year. We are currently coming on to week number 2. Okay, week number 1 is done and gone. Week number 2 for the year is coming tomorrow. So do I like Intel? Well, yes, I do. Well, let's check and see what the rate of return is going to be. I know what my profit's going to be on this trade. Well, what is it costing me? Well, if I had it all cash, it's going to cost me $2,000. Well, let's do the math. Get my calculator. Clear that. Now, my profit right here, 41.50, 41.50, and I divide it by what is it costing me? Okay, the cost of the trade plus commissions is $2,009.15. So divided by $2,009.15, and that gives me a grand total of 2.06% for the week. Do you have any idea what 2% a week is? 2% a week is over 100% per year. That means, hypothetically speaking, you could double your money every year or every 12 months with 2% a week. Okay? 2.06% for 1 week on Intel. Yeah, I'm writing that one down for tomorrow. INTC. All right, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there and take a look at another one. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. Let's change this back to where we were. Let's go back to here. All right, next on the list. Third trade day. The stock market is not like it used to be. Just invest in Coke and Target, Home Depot, Wingstop, McDonald's. Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you there, buddy, because I've seen a lot of the premiums that those are paying, and I'm pretty sure they don't pay 50% per year. I don't know anybody who makes 50% per year buying a stock and just holding on to it, especially the ones that you were talking about. So I'm going to disagree, but okay, if it works for you, wonderful. I don't ever tell people what to do. As a matter of fact, whatever I tell you to do, don't do it. Do your own research. Ask yourself a question. Does it make sense? All I'm doing, I'm just reading the numbers. Okay, Intel's INTC. Go look it up on your own, what do you call it? Trading platform. Okay, what's the current price? The bid, the ask, the volume, all that kind of nice stuff. What is the option selling for? These simple questions. I'm just reading the charts. That's it. Reading the charts, telling you where the high is, telling you where the low is, giving you my interpretation. I don't make suggestions, I don't give tips, and I encourage everybody, do your own research. Couple of questions you need to ask yourself. Question number 1, does it make sense? Question number 2, do I like Intel? Question number 3, do I like Intel at this current price? And number 4 is, can I see myself buying Intel and holding on to it for however long it takes for Intel to hit my strike price, which is $20.50. That's mine. You guys got to figure out what's right for you. I never tell people what to do. All right, next on the list, Walgreens. Ooh, I love Walgreens. And yep, there is talks about, what do you call it, a buyout, taking it private. Cool. Well, let's see what happens. Walgreens, $9.50. Well, let's look at the chart first. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, There's where it was. There's where it is. Look what happened. Drops, going sideways. We're at $9.50. I gotta move this one over just a smidge. There we go. Now I can see it. All right. All right, last 90 days. All right, same thing. Last 90 days. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the movement. Down, up, down, up, down. Where is it going now? Well, for that, I kind of like zoom in a little bit more. Look at the last 30 days. Okay, here's the last 30 days. Here's your 30-day bottom. Here's your top. And she's going sideways for the last 2 weeks. So this is one of those ones. It's a flip of a coin because there's no real direction. Just going sideways. But I do own some Walgreens. I think I own it at $9.60, which it's $9.59 at the moment, so I don't mind. But look, if you're going to jump into it, the $9.59, okay, the $9.50 is going for 44 cents. Okay, you're going to lose 9 cents right off the top. So you take that off, you're walking away with 35 cents. Well, 35-cent profit on a $9.50 stock, that is, well, it's over 3%. Well, let's find out exactly what it is. So let's do some. Why not? All right, let's get rid of this. Let's go here. Covered stock. The 950s right there. One contract. At the market. Confirm and send. Hear what it sounds like. Buy one covered call, Walgreens, WBA 100. That's the weekly. 10 January 25. Well, that's next Friday. Mr. Premium, before you immediately say no, because no weeklies, no thank you, what about ticker BKE? About to do a special divvy in addition to their same dividend expiration in 10 days. Okay, Mr. Premium of the options, I got no problem whatsoever. But here's the question for you. Does BKE have 20 years of consistent increased dividends? Well, to find that out, we go right over here to Yahoo Finance, and we'll put BKE right in here. BKE. Okay, now BKE goes all the way back to 2003. So let's take a look at the numbers from 2003. Ready? 4, 5, 7, 9, 13, 16. I'm going to ignore that one. That's just an anomaly. 20. Ignore that one. So wait a second. Hold. 2009, it's 20 cents. 2010, 20 cents. 2011, 20 cents. 2012, 20 cents. 2013, 20 cents. Okay. 5 years, not profitable. Okay, or I should say not profitable, but 5 years stagnant. That means, okay, 1 year they were profitable, and the next one is just breaking even, treading water. Okay. All right, so it goes from 22 to 23, 25, and it's stuck at 25, then jumps to 33 to 35, 35. Okay, interesting. Okay. Now, it does have special dividends every once in a while, which is kind of cool, if you think about it. BKE. Hell no. What the hell? You had me do all that work and you know it was a monthly? Fuck no. What the hell's the matter with you? All right, let's get back to where we were. Covered call on Walgreens. Buy one WBA 110 January 25 means it's going to expire next Friday. That's all. Just going to expire next Friday. So the 950 call option against the WB Walgreens stock at the market to open. Here's my profit right here, 45, and it's only costing me $900 to make 45. Wasn't Intel more money to make the same amount? Okay, so let's take a look. Calculator, 45 bucks and 50 cents divided by $905.15. Well, that's 5%. Flock Queen. Well, look at the numbers. 5% for Walgreens at the money. Well, you're not going to make the full 5% because you're buying it at $9.59 and you're selling the 9.50s. So you're going to lose 9 cents. You're going to take a little bit of that out of there. Intel report coming up on 18 days. All right, well, Richard, here's the thing. Okay? You're saying the earnings report is in 18 days. Well, fine. The numbers look good for tomorrow. I want to jump in, jump out, grab 1%, and then I'll say, I'll see you the next time. Basically what I'm looking for until I get it written down. All right, so I do like Walgreens, WBA. Okay, I think I will get me some more of that tomorrow. All right, so let's go back to where we were. Okay. All right, so that was Walgreens. Riot is next. CH, good evening. Do you think good entry for ORC? What the heck is ORC? ORC. I'm not familiar with that one. Now, I've been doing this for a while. Usually when people give me a ticker symbol, I know whether it's on my list or not. Because I'm doing the same stocks over. Hey, Joe Bunzel. What's happening, brother? Hope everything's good up there in the cold north. BAC, Richard wants to take a look at Bank of America. I think Bank of America is the biggest holder of life insurance on their employees. Okay, there's a website called BOLC, Bank Owned Life Insurance. BOLI, that's it. BOLI COLI, BOLI COLI. Basically, it stands for Bank Owned Life Insurance. Okay, and COLI is Company or Corporate Owned Life Insurance. Because if you've never heard of infinite banking, you should really check it out. BOLICOLI.com. It tells you what each company owns in life insurance. Why do you think that is? Well, life insurance in that manner means you can invest the same dollar twice. Okay? So, yeah, all right, anyway, let's keep on moving on. So Walgreens, I like it. The numbers look good, but it's same thing. You got to ask yourself the question, do I like Walgreens? WBA. Okay? All right, next on the list. PPG. All right, PPG. Now, just to let you know, PPG is one of those companies I actually lost money on last year. Held it for 6 months. Longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. But I got one this year that's getting close to that 9-month period. I changed things up a little bit this year as opposed to last year. And the funny thing is that one minor change that I made this year almost doubled the amount of return that I've gotten. It's kind of crazy. All right, PPG. Here's the high, here's the low. We're going to say no to PPG this week only because it's searching for a bottom. So as soon as we find that bottom, it turn around. What made you exit PPG? Profit. Isn't that funny? What made me exit PPG? Profit. I'm coming. There you go. Okay, so PPG is going to be a no. Next on the list is Marathon. M-A-R-A. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I did stop the questions. So there are no more questions coming on my screen until I get through the list. Okay, you guys gave me 20 stocks to look for. I'm going to take a look at them. After that, I'm going to open up the questions again. So at this moment, there are no questions available. Just throw them on the screen. I will get to them before the night's over. All right, Marathon. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, it's basically just channeling, staying between, what is that, 16 and 26 in that area. Okay, fine. Okay, the high's way up here, 34, the bottom's way down here, 13. All right. Currently, we're at 1973. Okay, so the 20s are going for 75 cents. That's over 3%. 3% a week is 150% per year. If you can get 3% every week. I don't get 3% every week. I average, look at this, I got another one. I average 1% per week. That's my average. All right, so let's keep on moving. Okay, the high of the year, 34. The bottom of the year, right around 13. The last 90 days. Okay, 90 days. Okay, bottom way over here, top's way over here. Look at this. Up and then down, and we just starting to turn around here. I like 2 days to the upside. Let's zoom in on that and take a closer look. Okay, here's the 30 days. 30-day high, 30 days ago, 28. Drops down to here, 16 and a half, right? 2 days to the upside. I love 2 days to the upside when a new bottom is found. Okay? Thursday was higher, Friday was higher. Now we're going into Monday with 2 days to the upside, over 3%. Okay, over 3%. I like that one. I'm putting it on my list. Next on the list, AMD. Isn't that a no? Isn't like AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, don't they like have like no dividends? Okay, there are no dividends in the selected time period. No to AMD. Advanced Micro Devices, yeah, no thank you. QCOM, okay, QCOM. Okay, here we go. Here's the high, here's the low. She went up, she went down. Now she's going sideways. 157.84, which means we'd be looking at the 158s. They don't have any 158s, so we're going to have to go to the closest one, the 157.50. Now I'm losing 34 cents right off the top, so we take that out of the equation. You take off 34 cents out of this, you're still making over $2 per share. That is over 1%. So let's take a close look. The last 90 days. That's easy. Here's the high, here's the low. Basically in a downturn, here's the bottom. It's bouncing up to go to the upside, but not quite what I'm looking for. All right, let's zoom in a little closer so I can show you. Okay, here's the last 30 days. 30-day high, what is that? 165, 30-day bottom, 149. She jumps up, pulls back, and then goes up again. Only 1 day after a new bottom. See, here's the new bottoms right here. Okay, Friday was an up day. Well, I like 2 days to the upside before I jump in. Alex, Ford is on the list. Okay, I did write it down. We will get to Ford. Okay, just sit tight. QCOM is going to be a no. Okay, well, QCOM, I'm going to write it down only because we want to take a look at it tomorrow. QCOM. Tomorrow night, not tomorrow morning, because I want 2 days to the upside, which means I will wait until the day is done. Okay, Monday's done from the morning to the afternoon, and then tomorrow night we'll take a look at QCOM and see if it made 2 days to the upside. Okay, because on the third date, that's where I want to jump in. All right. Pepsi. Now, I usually don't do Pepsi because Pepsi usually doesn't give me a good, no. Okay? She's in downfall at the moment. We'll take a look at it because once she turns around, okay, what is the premium going for? 150. The 150 is going for 104 to 138. No. That's a no. That's where you get that one from. Wynn Resorts, WYNN. All right, here we go. No again. Simple, quick, look. Dropping, okay? Continuing to the downside. I like it when... Now, we'll keep our eye on it, because as soon as she stops and turns around, well, then it was a yes. Okay, so I'll write it down. We'll take a look at it probably sometime during the week. Okay, General Motors. Ooh, I like General Motors. One of my fallback companies. So when I don't have when I don't have anything to jump into, General Motors, Ford. There's a few companies I will buy if I have nothing else to look at. All right, so General Motors. Here's the bottom. Here's your high. She went up, pulled back, up, pulled back. What's going on right here? It looks as if this is going to be a no. Okay, here's your 90 days. Okay, she pulls back, went up, pulled back again. Yep, we'll be looking for a new bottom on this one. Okay, she's falling right here. New bottom here. 2 days to the upside. We'll take a look at General Motors a little later. Okay, now it's time to take a look at some Ford. right. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look what's going on here. Exact same thing as General Motors. Okay? Got a new bottom here. Got to wait 2 days for their upside. So that's going to be no also. Well, I'm going through these rather quickly. Albemarle, A-L-B. Okay, well, Albemarle has 1 day to the upside. All right, well, let's take a look at Albemarle. Hold on. Here's your high, here's your low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Okay, sideways, down, up, down. It's turning right here, 91. No. See, I hate it when they do that. They give me a misleading number. 87, we're looking at the 88s. The 88s, 190 to 223. Well, that's 2%. That's over 2%. Okay, let's zoom in, see what it looks like. Last 90 days. Okay, here's the high, here's the low. Not quite making it. Let's zoom in a little closer. Right there. See, 30 days ago, she drops. The bottom was on Thursday. Friday, 1 day to the upside. So we're going to put Albemarle down. A-L-B. I write that one down. Next on the list, Lockheed Martin. Whoops. LMT. No. Same thing. Here's your high, drops down, pulls up. Now she's going back down again. Okay, she's in a downturn, a little bit of hiccup. Here was the bottom. Could have made you 1% right there. Bottom 2 days up, jump in, and it went from what, 385 to 495? Yeah, that's over 1%. But we missed it. Oh, it's coming back down again. So, no. LMT. Delta Airlines, DAL. Didn't Delta Airlines stop the dividends? Hold on a second. DAL. Oh, apparently they didn't. Well, alrighty then. Let's take a gander. All right, so Delta Airlines is going to be a no. Okay, here's the high of the year, pulled back. Okay, pulled back. Here's where you wanted to jump in after the high. Okay, she turned around, went up. Now she's coming back down again. So we're going to look for the double bottom yet again. Another one which we're going to keep our eye on. All right, Delta Airlines, Macy's. Ooh, my favorite last year. Macy's was my favorite last year. Let's take a look. Okay, interesting. Here's the high, here's the low. Basically went sideways, come down, went sideways again. Now she's up at 1682 to 17s. Nice. Over 2% yet again. But do you like Macy's? Well, let's take a closer look. The last 90 days, we're going to say no. Reason being, here's your high. Now it's down. Well, I want it to come down further. Okay? I want it to come down further in order for me to, feel better about jumping in. Which one did he just write down? Next on the list, Johnson & Johnson. I don't think I've ever bought Johnson & Johnson. Reason being, Johnson & Johnson, the premiums usually aren't that good. 145 to 145 is 66 cents. That's not even 0.5%. So that's the reason why I don't. KHC, Kraft Heinz, probably the same thing. The 31, 14 cents, 0.5%. No, thank you. Yeah, I don't really care about the dividends because the dividends come once every 90 days. The premium comes every 7 days. Now ask yourself a question. Usually, the premium is higher than the dividend. Usually. If I can get 1% on the premium every single week, okay? If I get 1% on the premium every single week, well, why would I want to do the dividend that I only get once every 90 days? Okay, it's all a numbers game for me. 1% a week is over 100%, is over 50% per year. Eli Lilly, really? 700. Yeah, I like to stay under 300 bucks per share. This is 785. Okay, 785. Okay, 785 is going for 1%. But do you like Eli Lilly? Well, I don't, because it's way too pricey. All right, a year ago it was at 600 bucks. Jumps up to 975. The premiums were only on gold and silver coin. No. You're talking something totally different, dude. Okay, sorry. Here's the high right here, 975. It drops down to 700. Now she's back at 781. A little too pricey for me. SHW. Isn't that Sherwin-Williams? SHW? It is Sherwin-Williams. Okay. It's a monthly. It's a no. Uh-oh. I missed the question. What was it? What is a premium? Oh my goodness. That's a newbie, alrighty. Sit tight. You're new here. I will explain to you what a premium is as soon as we find a good one, and I'll show you an example. Sherwin-Williams, no. It's a monthly optionable stock. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. I'm going to say it really slow because some people just don't get it. Monthly optionable stock. And it's easy to tell. 17 January, 21 February, 21 March, 20 June, September, January, so on and so forth. Those are all months. Okay? Months of the year. Let's put in AT&T because that has weeklies. 10 January, 17 January, 24 January, 31 January. Okay? That's 4 options just in the month of January. Uh-oh. Mark, did you buy X on Monday? No, I bought X a couple weeks ago. So what did you plan to do tomorrow as it fell Friday? Well, hold tight. We will take a look at X. Because I actually have X in 2 or 3, 4, 5 different accounts. Whirlpool changed from weekly to monthly suddenly. Okay, well then that's going to be a no. All right, so let's continue. Where were we? Altria. Now, I do own some Altria. NVIDIA, hell no. Now, the reason I'm saying hell no to NVIDIA, because I'm assuming you don't pay attention to what you're investing in. Sorry. If you bought NVIDIA, it tells me, yeah, I get it, Richard. You don't look at what you're buying. Because if you did, NVIDIA, it's about 130 bucks. It has a book value of $1.74. The dividend for NVIDIA is 1 penny. How can you get 20 years of increased dividends with a stock with a 1 penny dividend? What are you going to increase it from? Okay? Yeah, no. NVIDIA, no. Sorry. NVIDIA too volatile. And it has crappy dividends. And the book value is atrocious. Take a look at the numbers. Before you invest your money in anyway, this is what I tell people all the time. Do your research. Me, particularly me, I like 20 years, 2 decades, 20 years of consistent increasing profits. Every single, not once in a while, every single year. Okay, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Wait a second. 2005, 2006, 2007, so on and so forth. 2 decades of consistent increased dividends. And weekly, 2 criteria. Weekly options and 2 decades of increased dividends. Plain and simple, that's all I want. All right? So, NVIDIA, no. Next on the list, Altria, M-O. Now, I did say I do have some Altria. I love the movement right here. Look at that. High of the year, 58. Low of the year, what is that, 37? A year ago, we're at 43. And just basically up, down, up, down. Now she's turning around, going up again. Currently at 53. The 53 is going from 41 to 53, right around 1%. Okay? But look at the last 90 days. You really can't mess this up. 90 days ago, we're at 51. The bottom's out at 48. Shoots up to 58, pulls back to 51 and a half, and then 3 days, 3 days to the upside. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. Okay, here's the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 58, drops down, here's the bottom, now she's shooting up. Look at all the space here. Okay, now, high, what happens when you get a high, a 30-day high? More than likely, when you have a 30-day high, there is going to be profit taking, because it ain't a profit until you take it. That's what it's called, profit taking. You're at high, take your profits. Well, now you have a 30-day bottom, 51.50. Does it make sense to jump in at 51.50? Well, the only thing that would make sense is, do you like the company? That's it. If you like the company and you're okay with the current price, 53.35, well, I could jump in, buy it 53.35, and then I probably wouldn't do it because 41 to 53, not quite 1%. Bro, which foreign market? Yeah, I don't do foreign markets. Okay, you're looking at cryptocurrency or Forex. Don't do any. Dividend stocks only. Sorry. Right in the name of the game, dividend investing for weekly cash flow. No dividends, no thank you. No weekly options, no thank you. I don't do foreign currency, so no. All right, we got 6 more to go. ABV, ABBV. 6 more to go, then I'm going to open up the questions again. That way I can read some more questions. What was the lady one symbol? I have no idea what that means. Oh, the last symbol. What the hell was the last symbol? Altria, M-O. So we're looking at Philip Morris now. Hold on a second. Somebody said Philip Morris. Okay. Philip Morris, nice. 122, 122s, yeah. I hate that. 10 cents to 125. Yeah, you can get your 1% there. Okay, here's your high, here's your low. Sideways, jumps up, pulls back, turns right there. Looks interesting, last 90 days. Well, here you go. Okay, she drops, here's your bottom for the 90 days. Big jump up, pulls back. See, you got a gap up, see, a gap here, shoots up, keeps on going, and then your profit taking goes back up, and then more profit taking to bring you right back where she was 90 days ago. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, let's zoom in a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer. Okay, 30-day high, 133, 30-day bottom, 119. 3 days to the upside. Look at all that space. I'm not suggesting you buy it. I'm just suggesting look at all that space. See, there's no room for profit taking because your bottom's right there. Okay, 3 days up. Well, not time to sell. It's time to jump on. But do yourself the favor. Do your own research. Does it make sense to you? 122, the 122s, going for 10 to 125. It all depends on where it's going to open up in the morning because these numbers is just a little off. Okay? Now, I got to prove that I'm a real person. Click, drag, oops, right there. Okay. So, these numbers, okay, the top numbers up here are for the stocks themselves. Now, stocks are usually traded in New York. Options, this is the option chain down here, calls, puts, usually traded in Chicago. So these are traded in New York. These are traded in Chicago. A little bit different. All right. ABV, A-B-B-V, A-B-B-V. All righty. Nice, interesting. It might be a no because it might be at a 30-day high. But here's your high for the year. Here's your low for the year. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. 182.50. The 182.50s are no. Sorry, not 1%. Now, don't get me wrong. I like ABV. I do. Just the numbers aren't working. I don't care what the chart's telling me. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. I'm not getting it here with AbbVie. Sorry. Simple. All right. Next on the list, we got 4 more to go. Then we're going to open up for questions again. Harley Davidson. Now, I have some Harley Davidson, and I'm getting to the point where I'm almost regretting buying it. And I don't like that. Okay, here's our high, 44. Here's our low, new low. As of Friday, we're just going to sit and wait until it finds the bottom. Okay, Friday was a new bottom. Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on it. So no to Harley Davidson. Micron. Now Micron pays ridiculous premiums. They do. Here's your high. Here's your low. She went up, pulled back, went sideways for a bit, then she drops. And now here we are. We had 2 days of the upside right there. And gap down. I love a gap down because gaps have a tendency to fill. What does that mean? Well, if it's gap to the downside, well, usually it's going to move up to fill the gap. But when she gaps down, like right here, well, yeah, it fills up. When she gaps up, well, not so much, but it did fill over here. See this gap? That filled. This gap filled. This gap hasn't filled yet. But this one, that one's going to fill because it's so low. All right, so let's take a closer look. Last 90 days, here you go. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back, gaps down, and here we are. I want to take a close look at that one. Right there we go. Okay, so here you go, 30 days. Here's your high, here's your low. She went up, she came back down again. Here's your new bottom right there, 2 days the upside. This looks good. I'm writing this one down. Okay, currently 89.87. I can buy it at 90.63. The 91's going for $1.21 to 124. Now remember, when the markets are open, all these numbers change. Just like you see in the movies. Changing. Yeah. So, but the math problem, okay, the math is always the same. What am I buying it for? That's the purchase price of the stock. Whatever you buy it for, 90.61, the closest strike price is going to be the 91. What is that selling for? 121. Buy the stock, sell the option. What am I collecting? Is it 1% or more? If it's 1% or more, then it's a yes, because I like Micron. But what haven't I showed you so far? I haven't showed you the seasonality chart. I got 5 charts I want to look at. Okay, seasonality chart. Basically, what the seasonality chart is, how does the stock normally react on a consistent basis? Well, as you can see, the blue line, well, that represents this year. We're all the way here in January, beginning of January, so nothing really to see. But this is what I want to see right here. That red line represents 10 years of what do you call it? Data. So that's 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so on and so forth. 10 years of data to figure out where is it going. Well, let's take a look. I only want to take a look at the first couple of weeks. So here's the whole month of January right here. What does it normally do? Well, if you take a close look, it's a very slight upward trend all the way until the end of January. Well, that works for me because I'm doing covered calls and some other places I do spreads. But I don't talk about spreads here, just the covered call because it's the simplest, easiest, and most predictable. So that's the seasonality chart. Not much to show you because we're still in the beginning of the year. All right. So I like Micron. We have 3 left to go. ORC. What the heck is ORC? ORC. Orchard. Yeah, no. Bank of America. BAC. Okay. Bank of America. Interesting. All right, Dream with Medley. Okay, here's our high, here's our low. Look at the movement. Drops, shoots up, drops, shoots up, drops. Now it's shooting up again. Okay, last 90 days. Okay, hold on. 44.80, we're looking at the 44.50s, 65, 45s, 39 to 42. barely the 45 at the money. 45.80, you lose 30 cents. You take 30 cents off of the 71, you walk away with 41. You're not getting your 1%. Sorry, I like Bank of America. They've been in business for over 100 years. But the numbers just aren't working this week. Some weeks they work, some weeks they don't. This week, not so much. Okay, let's keep on going. Last one on the list, then I'm going to open up to the questions. Now, I will get to every single question, so please just ask the question once. Okay? Last one on the list, ex-US Steel. Okay, now I do own quite a bit of US Steel. Okay, the numbers I made on them was absolutely freaking ridiculous. It was. Okay, if you've seen my now for those of you that are new here, this screen behind me is live on YouTube. Okay, also I have 2 YouTube channels that are recording at this moment in time. So if you want, you can always go back and watch tonight's episode over again. But here's the thing. Last year, I did 359 live videos. 359. That means there's over 700 recordings of live videos just last year. So we're going to see how many we can do this year. Just for the fun of it. Huh? I'm retired. I got nothing else to do. I find this to be fun. All right, anyway. US Steel, here's the high, way over here at 48. Drops down here, the bottom is somewhere around 27. Shoots back up, pulls back down. Biden said no to the buyout deal, so great. Where are we now? All right, last 90 days. Okay, same thing. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. She goes up, pulls back, back up again, and big drop on Friday. What does that mean? It doesn't mean very much. Because U.S. Steel has been in business for over 100 years. Yeah, there's a lot of activity, a lot of movement, because, you know, they had some company wanted to buy U.S. Steel. And Biden said no. So it made it drop. Does that mean I want to get rid of my U.S. Steel? No. I like my U.S. Steel. It gave me some insane numbers for the past couple of weeks. Okay, so that's the 90 days. Let's take a look at the 30 days. Okay, so here's the last 30 days. Uh-oh, got a question. CH. Did you set up a trading company? Not yet. I'm working on it. If you set up a day trader, you can put $68,000 in your 401k. That is a good amount. 401k distribution for the year. Yeah, no. Sorry. All right. 30 days ago, we were at 39, jumps up to 39.50, drops all the way down here to 29.50. Shoots back up, pulls back down. Look at this gap. Okay, we're talking about U.S. Steel. The company's been around for over 100 years. Dale Carnegie started it. So right here, yeah, that gap is going to fill. Now, I jumped into U.S. Steel at 41. Don't feel bad for me because the premiums on U.S. Steel are freaking, well, not anymore they're not. But last week and the week before, the numbers were just crazy. We were getting anywhere between 5 to 10% for a week on U.S. Steel. Yeah, so we bought a bunch of them. All right, currently it's at 31. So if I buy it at 31, I sell the 31, I can get 60 cents to 72. That's about 2%. Okay, now I can do 2%, but I'm into it at 41. Okay, so I'm going to be selling the 32.50s or the 32s. But that's me. Okay. So we'll have to deal with it then. All right. So that's it. I'm opening up the questions now. I will answer each and every one. Patrick, how much is your average dollar amount purchased to make 1%? You probably want to make a lot of money and want what are the taxes on premiums. Okay, Patrick, 2 sections to that question because there was 2 parts to it. Number 1, okay. Each account I have, I like to have 5 to 7 positions, which means 5 positions, it's 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. Okay, I have 98% of all of my money invested at all time because I believe in the U.S. economy. Every single company I personally invest in is part of the U.S. economy. Ford, General Motors, IBM, AT&T, Home Depot, Lowe's, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Taxes. You really need to talk to a tax strategist on taxes. Now, I do have coming up in the next week or so a specialist on taxes to show you how you can trade and not pay taxes. Okay, I don't know exactly what day we're going to do that, but when I do, I will have a link in the description on my videos from now until when it happens, so you'll be able to jump in if you want to see how you cannot pay taxes on your trading. All right. That being said, I like U.S. Steel, like I said. More than likely, I'll probably end up doing the 3250s or the 32s, depending on what she opens up on Monday. Depending. Okay? So, let's take a look at some questions. We have quite a bit, 55. What are you looking for? What's the thought process in looking at a new company? All right, God's Goodness Podcast. Interesting name. Cool beans. What am I looking for? Okay. I thought I said it early, but let's do it again. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent way to make 1% every single week. That's it. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's what I'm looking for. A new company, my idea of a new company is one that goes from 19 years of increased dividends to 20 years. Cool, this is interesting. Patrick, I'm glad you like it. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Fitz Air, we already looked at Marathon, but thank you. Uh-oh. Oh, I have all these questions. All right, we already looked at Marathon. Never heard of this concept of buying for 31, selling for 31. Whoops. Patrick, never heard of the concept of buying for 31, selling for 31, and then getting a premium of 2%. Very interesting. Well, that's because you're new here. Now, believe it or not, Patrick, okay? Let me show you because I haven't done it in a while, so let's do this. Let's go here. Now, Patrick, I want to show you something. You might find this rather interesting. Let's go over to YouTube. YouTube. Okay, now YouTube, you're going to see when you first get here, the 10-minute trader. Okay, that's me. I got 2 lives going at the moment. One just the screen and one me standing in front of the screen. Okay, what I don't have here is videos. The oldest video. Now, Patrick, pay attention.
Hi, I'm JC, and as you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad doesn't like me calling it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting.
Okay, now, for those of you really new here, you may not know, but I came up with this trading strategy when my 9-year-old daughter, that was her. Okay, now I do have to admit, in this video, she is 11. Okay, now for the first couple of years, we just played around, and it wasn't until here where we decided to put them up on YouTube. So, this one is about 13 or 14 years old. How long ago is this one? 12 years ago. Okay, 12 years ago, my favorite part, hold on, you're going to love this, my favorite part, where is it? Right there.
What does that mean? That means every single day you can buy a different stock. Every single day there is a different company paying out dividends. Anyway,
That's my favorite part. Always makes me laugh.
I think you just.
Always makes me laugh. That part right there. So why did I show it to you? Well, basically, I showed it to you because I've been doing this for a while. You're just learning about it because TikTok, YouTube, and a couple others have decided to put me in front of a camera and say, have at it. So I've been doing live videos like this for a whole year now. So this is year number 2 of live videos. To answer your questions, you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer them for you. And to show you what I do in order to get that safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. A lot of people would love to get 50% per year. Well, I don't charge anything for this. This is all free, so come on down. You're the next contestant on Let's Make Some Trades. Okay, anyway. Do I have a course? Yes, I do. And a book. I've written 14 books. And hypothetically, my son's helping me out, and we should be getting the books online on my website and on TikTok, so you'll be able to get a hold of them. Crazy, I just subscribed to your channel. Cool beans, Richard. Welcome to the show. All right, so that being said, let's keep on going. Yes, I do have a book, and we do have a course, but the course has to be updated. All right. Andrea, Emerson. Ooh, I like Emerson. EMR. That company's over 100 years old. Emerson Electric, over 100 years old. All right, here we go. Hi, hello, where was it? Where is it? Look at this movement. Up, sideways, down, up, down, and what's going on here? I want, see, this right here is last week. I want to see what's going on there. Okay, last 90 days. Before I even do that, hold on a second. I hate when that happens. Okay, before I even take a deeper look, 123.50, the 124s are going for 1 to 115, not 1%. No, thank you. Patrick. All right, you're not asking for any money? No. Okay, Patrick, when you get to a certain point in life, you're going to say to yourself, you know what? I really don't want to take with me to the grave on the other side all the information that I have. Also, I'm making a documentary for my children and my grandchildren. And I'm also looking for some like-minded people to join me in the new corporation that I am starting. Can you do this a Roth IRA? Yeah, my grandson has an account with less than 50 bucks in it. Well, right around 50 bucks, but he's 4 years old. And it's a different strategy there. But it's interesting, just hang out, we'll be here. So as I was saying, I am going to be starting up a fund sometime this year, because as of last year, we have one whole year of every single trade. Not only every single trade, but every single trade documented, not only on the trades themselves, but verbally. Because every single trading day, I made a video. And every single trading day, you actually watched and saw me do every single trade for a whole year. So, yeah, I'm looking for 13 board members. I think I have like 4 already. So I'm looking for 9 more board members that like-minded and have the same goal in mind. The goal, basically, to guarantee an above-average return for the little guy. Now, the little guy, we've been shit on long enough, so I'm just passing along information. All right, so let's keep on progressing. 86! What's happening? Freezing in Iowa. He has books through his website and his profile, also on the YouTube channel. Yep. Oh, thank you. Freezing in Iowa. You can do 4, you're right. It's one of his exceptions. Yep. Patrick, I like that you're not asking for money. Well, no, not, Anyway, let's keep on going. Okay, Brad Michael, we already looked at Pepsi. No. We already looked at Johnson & Johnson. No. Not that I don't like those companies. I love those companies, but, excuse me, what was that? But the premiums aren't enough. Now, DEO, never heard of it. Usually, if I've never heard of something, it's more than likely going to be a no. Okay, monthly, I don't do monthlies. I'm not even going to waste my time with them. MS, Morgan Stanley, 86. Way to go. I like Morgan Stanley. All right, what's going on? What's going on here? All right, well, here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, and then up again. We're at 26. The 26. 126. Okay, that's over 1%. That's what I'm looking for. Number 1, Morgan Stanley. We know who Morgan Stanley is. We know what they do. The numbers, what I can buy it for, sell a strike against it, okay, a call strike at the money, okay, we'll buy it for 126, sell it for 126, picking up over 1%, great. That's over 50% per year. But is it the right time? That's where we take a closer look at the charts. All right, last 90 days. Last 90 days. Here's the high, here's the low. Look at this. Jumps up, pulls back, back up, back down. I'm not liking this right here. So let's zoom in a little bit closer because it might be a no. I don't know. Here we go. Last 30 days. Okay. 30-day high right here, 132. She drops down to 120.50. 120.50. Okay. Back up, back down, kind of like going sideways. No real rhyme or reason, but overall upward trend. Overall upward trend. But not quite at the moment. I'd like to have another day to the upside, because here down, but here up. Okay, so giving kind of mixed messages doesn't make me happy. There are too many other good companies that may be better, may be clearer. Okay, Will, Intel, already looked at it. Okay, Richard Gomez, good night, James. Got to get up 5 a.m. We'll be following you, watching the videos and sharing them. Thank you, Richard. Have a lovely evening. Thanks for showing up, though. Okay, Will, we already looked at Intel. Okay, Intel looked good. ADM, Hardeep Singh. Okay, Hardeep Singh, ADM, Advanced. Wait a minute, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Wait a minute. ADM, Archer Daniel. Oh, ADM, Archer Daniel Midland. I always get ADM and AMD mixed up. Oh, 84, 20, 224. How are you tonight? All right, so let's continue. Intel, yes. Okay. 22 Neil. Intel, can we ask? Yeah, we already looked at it. I already looked at Intel, INTC. Okay, not going to change. ADM, Archer Daniel Midland. Okay, that is a dividend. Excuse me, a dividend king. If you don't know what a dividend king is, that means they have consistently increased their profitability for a minimum of 5 decades. Those are the ones I like. Those are top of my list. Archer Daniels. Interesting. Here's your high. Drops. Up, down. Currently at 50. 51. Yeah, no. Sorry. The numbers just don't work for ADM. Sorry. AMD. Intel. We already did Intel. Bud? Really? Andrea Budweiser? When have we ever liked Budweiser? Oh, hell no. Sorry, kiddo, look at this. This thing's in a free fall. Okay? EEAGL. Eagle. Eagle, how are you doing? What's my strategy? Well, I call the strategy dividend capturing 2.0. Okay? I write covered calls against dividend stocks just before the EX date. That's my strategy. Chevron, CVX. Ooh, interesting. Look at that movement. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. Cool. She's at 147. All right, actually at 148, the 149's, 148. I usually like Chevron. Look at the movement. 30-day high, drops. Now she's going to the upside. But the numbers over here don't look right. All right? 147.85. Look at the 148s, 125 to 135. Not quite 1%. Okay, I like 1%, but this is not quite 1%. Okay, Toto Neal. Dude, I already told you. I looked at Intel already. INTC. Okay, there it is. The high, the low. Here was it. Where is it? Look at it. Down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways. 2060, the 2050 is going for 45 cents. That's over 2%. That's Intel. We already looked at it. We already decided. If you need a board member, I'm in for you. Paul, drop me a number. I'll give you a buzz. Okay? And I'll tell you what the details are. There's a little bit more to it than just, deciding. Now, you've been here for long enough, and you're making money off of it, so you might be in. Okay. Andrea, I'd be careful with alcohol stocks. It dropped from recent surgeon. Only her. Hi, how are you? I am delightful. Thank you for asking. Can we look at MCD? Mickey D's. MCD. Interesting. Eagle, strategy has covered calls on dividend stocks for 1% per week. Thanks, 86. I can always count on you for doing good shit. Keeps me free to do other stuff. But thanks for answering that. All right, Mickey D's. High, low, was, is. Look at this. Down, up, down, sideways. 296, 295, 2. No, Mickey D's, the numbers don't work for me. Okay, if it works for you, great. It just doesn't work for me. I like 1% a week. Okay, Brad Michael. Does that 1% goal include the movement of the underlying stock, or are we just talking premiums? We're just talking premiums, Michael. I can honestly, Michael, I could care less what the stock does. Hold on a second. Ooh, Sweetie Swag. Good evening, young lady. We will take a look at Devon Energy. Hold on a second. DVN. Now, Devon Energy was on our list last week, and it looked good. So, back to you, Brad. Okay? The premium is what I'm looking for. Okay, once you zoom into a stock, right? This is your last 30 days. Gives you an idea of where it is. Okay, here's where it was, 298. She drops down 284, shoots up to 304. Now, here's a question you need to ask yourself, Brad. Okay, the bottom, okay, 30-day bottom right here, 284. If you bought Mickey D's at the 30-day bottom, 284, she shoots up to 304. That's a $20 increase. Okay? Now, $20 increase. Usually, there's profit taken when you have a 30-day high, and that drops it down. But here's the thing when it comes to profits. It ain't a profit until you take it. That's number one. El Pablo, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien, y tú? It ain't a profit until you take it. And don't kid yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If you bought a stock at 284, oh, I bought McDonald's at 284. Oh, it's up 20 bucks. Yay, let's see how high it goes. No, it doesn't work that way. You got people like me, and there's a lot of people like me. It goes up, I'm taking profit and getting the hell out. And then I'll move to something else. Okay? Don't kid yourself thinking I'm going to buy it and it's going to go up, 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 up. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not a profit until you take it. And nobody ever went broke taking profits. Hey, what's up? I want profits. Yeah, I don't blame you. We all do. That's why we're here. That's why we're showing the information. So let's move on. Okay, so Brad, that 1% is basically just the premium. Okay, I'm looking for a couple of things. Number one, I like to have the odds and probabilities in my favor. Odds and probabilities in my favor. What does that mean? Basically, it means, hold up, what was the whole sentence that you said covered calls before the blank date? Oh, yeah. I do covered calls on profitable dividend stock companies with at least 20 years of increased dividends just before the EX date. All right. Intel, Toto Neil, we looked at Intel 3 times. I'm not going to look at it again. Okay? I told you what my finding was on Intel. Intel, if you really want my opinion on Intel, go over to YouTube and watch the video again. Okay, the video is being recorded. Okay, everything I'm saying right here, right now, is being recorded on YouTube. Okay, there's 2 live channels on YouTube. When I am done, you can go back and you can look at my whole complete breakdown on Intel. I'm just not going to do it again. All right? So, back to you, Mr. Brad. There's a couple of things I'm looking for. Number one is I like looking at the whole market for 1 year. Okay, what has the company done for 1 year? Breakdown. There it is. Here's the high. Here's the low. There's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. What is the movement? You take your little finger and go like this. Oh, it went sideways. It went down. It went up. It came down, and it went sideways. Simple. Really not that difficult. That's the 1 year chart. That's about all I do with the 1 year chart. Then I go over to here to make sure, am I getting 1% for all this effort? What am I buying it for? Well, currently it's at 296. Great. If I buy it at 296, I want to sell it at 296 and pick up 1%. Well, currently the 296 is going for 204. Not quite 1%. That's more like 0.75%. But 0.75% is still over 35%, maybe even 40% for the year, if you're okay with that. Me, I want 1% because 1% gives me 50% per year. Okay, but here's the thing. That's the whole 1 year chart. Well, what do I want to do next? I want to look at the 90-day. Well, here's the last 90 days. Here's your high, here's your low. Look at the movement. Up, down, sideways. There's a lot of movement there. I'm looking for a pattern. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And she's in an upward trend at the moment. You look how much space there is. Okay, sideways, up. That's about a month. Okay, down, up, about another month. Down, up, that's about another month. Down, up, that's about another month. There's your 3 months. Okay, now I want to take a look at the 30-day chart, because the 30-day chart gives me an idea of what the stock is going to do next. Because I'm only looking to be in it for 4 or 5 days. Jump in on a Monday, be out on a Friday. Well, here we go. 30 days ago, 298. She jumps up, there's your 30-day high. Now, ask yourself, what usually happens when the stock is at a high? Well, depending on where you jumped in on the merry-go-round, people like to take profits. I take profits after 1%. Okay? So, there are other people out there like me, may want 3, 5, 10%. But this thing, I don't know where it jumped in at the moment, to be totally honest with you. But here's the high, and then it drops down, and there's the bottom. So now it's down to 289. Well, she jumps up from 289 to 296. Well, that's more than 1%. Jumps out, goes back down again. Now we have 2 days to the upside. I love 2 days to the upside after a bottom. That's a perfect time to jump in my humble opinion. That's what I look for. I look for the new bottom, which is right here, okay, which was Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, okay. Today, okay. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, Tuesday was the bottom. Thursday and Friday were both up days. Well, what am I looking for next? Well, if I jump in on Monday, well, great. I'll wait until the morning opens. If it's higher than 294.78, I'll jump in. If I was collecting 1%, but I'm not. So I'm not going to even look at it. Okay? Always, always, always by the numbers. Let's keep on going. Now, MC Trading, Nike, yes. Hood, no. SoFi, no. But we will take a look at Nike. NKE. Now, the reason why we're looking at Nike and not those other two.
Nike's been a dividend king.
Nope, Nike's not a dividend king. Okay, Nike does have weekly options. And Nike does increase their dividend. Not 50 years of increased dividend, but good enough. All right, anyway, here we go. Nike, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Sideways down, sideways, big drop. This is right around the Olympics, this drop. There's the bottom, shoots back up, pulls back down. This is in a downturn right now, so we're going to say no to Nike. I don't like jumping in something as it's falling. Okay, but I am going to write Nike down because I do like Nike. Okay, look at the premiums on Nike. 74, the 74 is going from 55 to 56. Nah, that's not good enough. Did I miss Riot? Nope. Yes, you did. We already did Riot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so reason no for Hood. 20 years of increased dividends. Hood hasn't been around long enough. And SoFi, no dividends, no thank you. Okay? Okay, Ron, PLTR, same thing. No dividends, no thank you. And B-Rad Daddy, yeah, you did miss Riot. Is covered calls all you do? Well, covered calls is not all I do, but guess what? That's all I give away for free. Okay, now I do have a morning trading group for those who are serious and want to, move to the next level. But here, if 50% of you is not enough for you, well, then join the morning trading group because we do a whole bunch of different trades there. Okay, but this is the only thing I give away for free because it's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent. Okay, now the reason why, Okay, I came up with this trading strategy. In 2008, my 9-year-old daughter jumped on my lap and said, Daddy, can you teach me to do what you're doing? It looks like fun. Okay, 9-year-old little girl, well, how do you create a trading strategy for a 9-year-old little girl? I got 5 criteria I had to figure out. Number 1, it had to be simple. Okay? Number 2, it had to be safe. Number 3, consistent and predictable, and no way for her to lose. So for my daughter, it was, let's move over. If it's not on the list, then no. Does the EX date stand for, sorry, I'm a newbie, and settled before the EX date? Okay, we're gonna get into that. Hold on a second. This is the calendar. January 2025. It shows you the dividend stocks that are paying a dividend and which dates. I have no idea about Toro. Okay? It doesn't sound like something I've ever bought. These are the companies that are on my list. Rashid, I have no idea who you are, so I'm going to say no politely. I have no idea what the benefit would be for me to bring in somebody I don't know. So, 4 dates to remember when you're doing dividend stocks. 4 dates to remember. Date number 1 is the announcement date. Simple. Hey, this is James from AT&T, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is James from AT&T. This is how much money we made this year. This is what kind of a dividend we're paying it out, and we're paying it out in this manner. Okay, announcement date, that's number 1. Number 2 is the EX dividend date. This is called an EX dividend calendar. It tells you where the EX date is for all these companies. Now the EX date, if you didn't know, was the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid. Simple. Date number 3, the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. And then, of course, date number 4, self-explanatory. The payment date, when you get your money. Simple, right? So, the reason why I use dividend stocks and an EX dividend calendar is because I've been trading for the past 20 years and I have found that most of the stocks that I like go up in value just before the EX date. So, knowing when the stock is going to move, jumping in, doing a simple trading strategy, the covered call, one of the simplest, safest trading strategies there is, I can jump in, get back out, get my 1%, and move on. So, I will buy Oracle once every 90 days. I will buy Intuit, MasterCard, AT&T, Marvel, Verizon, once every 90 days. But look at all the other companies that are there. Caterpillar, Colgate, Hormel, JP Morgan, MU, Micron, DE, John Deere, so on and so forth. Please, PLTR. Oh, he said please. So let's do it. Let's take a look. Here, let's do this. Let's see how quick we can take a look at PLTR. You ready? PLTR. No. Why am I saying no to PLTR? No dividends. No dividends, no thank you. Now, let me ask you a question. You come to a show that says dividend investing for weekly cash flow. And you ask me to look at a company, PLTR, that doesn't have dividends. So what does that tell me? It tells me you're putting your money into something you have no clue. Because when I say dividend investing for weekly cash flow, and you ask me to take a look at a stock that has no dividends, what the hell are you thinking? Seriously. No nickname. Cool beans! All right, let's keep on going. Amir, hi, how are you? Gift of cool beans. Uh-oh. What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, we're almost at 11 o'clock. So we're going to be quitting. Here's the thing. Now, it is a new year. We're going to change up a little bit. So we are going to quit at 11, and then we're going to jump back in at 11:30 for those people that are in the western side of the United States, because this here is for you guys over on the East Coast. So for the West Coast people, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to be back for another session, just to see how it goes. So I'm going to go over the questions right now. Walgreens, we already looked at Walgreens. BDX, what the hell is BDX? BDX. Never a good thing when I have to say, what the hell is that? How did you make a profit from X if you bought it at 41, selling strikes? Zahid, now, you've been here before, okay? So you've seen what I do, all right? So I said I bought it for 41. I sold the 34s, okay? The 34s were paying enough of a premium. They're paying a ridiculous amount. So I was still making a nice profit, and I'm still making a nice profit. BDX, is it a good fit? No, it's not. Sorry. Jelena, how are you doing? Budweiser. Okay, dude, all right, hon, we already looked at Budweiser. Andrea, okay, BUD. BUD. Okay, Anheuser-Busch, look, it's dropping like a rock. Okay, Andrea, dropping like a rock. Gotta look for the new bottom. Okay, Walgreens, we already looked at. Now I'm here, El Pablo. How are you today? All right, all right, all right. But, been my experience, most drop on Fridays. Alrighty then. I'm a beginner. How does stocks work for your benefits? Romeo, here's the thing. People invest in the stock market for one of two reasons. One, cash flow, or capital appreciation. Okay? You buy a stock, you hold on to it 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years with the hopes of it being higher than what you paid for it. That's capital appreciation. Now, cash flow, you buy a stock, the stock doesn't really move up that much, but they do share their profits with you. So you got to figure out which ones. Okay, Todd O'Neill, yes, you did miss Intel. CVX, we looked at Chevron already. KMB, Kimberly-Clark, we'll have to take a look at in the next session. Hi, does it work to collect a dividend when you sell the stock before the dividend payout? Well, here's the thing. There's 4 dates to remember. Okay, 4 dates. One's the announcement date. 2 is the EX date. If you want to collect the dividend, you have to buy it before the EX date. Okay? Before the EX date. See the little green dots? Okay? Then you can sell it after the date of record. Now, years ago, they were different dates. Now, they are the same date for some strange reason. So the EX date is the 29th. The date of record is the 29th. So if you want to collect the dividend, you have to buy it before the 29th, and then you can sell it after the 29th. Simple. Wait, this is actually everything I wanted for a late night explanation on how to start doing this. Well, Mike, double jolly good. I've been here for 2 years, man. Fine. About time you got here. All right, I'm 25. And I make pretty decent money, so I want to learn how this works. Well, cool. I'm here every single night, except for Friday and Saturday. Okay, last year it was, I think, 359 days. So last year I did 359 episodes every single night, 9 p.m. All right, all right, all right. There we go. You're funny too. Thank you there, Mike. Thank you, thank you. Rich Bruner. As long as you own the stock through the EX date, you will get the dividend. Yep, Rich Bruner, thank you. NEP. NextEra Energy. Yeah, I get that one. Pays 20%, was told. Dividend will not decrease. Very strange. NEP. What? NEP. NEP. Should be NextEra Energy. Okay. It's a monthly. Hell no. Sorry. James, at 34, Strike X were not those called assigned. No, they weren't. NU. Nucor, 94. Is that correct? Nucor. NUE. Okay, what about Nucor? Nucor is one of those ones that's like still looking for the bottom. Okay? Now, Newcourt, 94 cents. What do you mean? It's at 116. The 116 is going for 165. That's over 1%. So I don't know what you mean. Stocks go down today before the pay date. No, stocks go down after the pay date. Stocks go up before the pay. Oh, wait. Stock goes down before the pay date. They go up before the EX date. Okay, yeah, there we go. What's some stocks that I should put into for strategy? That I cannot tell you. Seriously, I can't. I know nothing at all about you, so I cannot give you advice unless I know more information. That's why I always tell people, you really want to talk to me, drop your number in the DM. Okay? Just go to, what do you call that right here? The bio? Yeah, down in the link below. Yeah, drop your number down there. I will give you a call. Does EX stand for EX dividend date? Okay, what website do you use, sir? Okay, Gary, this is Think or Swim, which is available through Charles Schwab. I also like Yahoo Finance. Gives me a lot of interesting stuff. NEP is a monthly. Yes, it is. How can I get the calendar? LOL. The calendar. You can get that. Google. EX dividend calendar in the search. The dividend is down now to 17 because the stock moved up. It's a monthly, but I have it. Ooh, yuck. I found D. What's your opinion? We'll have to look at that one. That's Dominion. Why don't you like monthly dividends? Okay. User 9339326 blah, 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 blah. I never said I did not like monthly dividends. I said I do not like monthly options. Disgruntled Cook, back again. How are you, dude? Can you recommend a place to see a calendar showing me the dividend dates? Sure. Google. Go to Google, in the Google search, EX dividend calendar. Is Cardano a good investment? No. I know nothing at all about Cardano. Disgruntled Cook, excellent. Okay, Bandit, do you sell covered calls every day or just a week out? No, I do all my trading on a Monday or a Tuesday. And then, nothing much. Hope you're well. Yes, I am. Okay, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to be back, 11:30, 12, something like that, and see how it goes. Because people on the West Coast, what time is it on the West Coast?
8:07.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock on the West Coast. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of break, and then we're going to jump back on and see what the West Coast has to say. So that being said, you guys have a great night, and I'll be back in another hour if you guys want to jump back in, but it's going to be geared for the West Coast people. Okay, bye over there on Facebook. Instagram, what's on the list? What's on the list? El Pablo. You have the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. That's over 300 companies on the list. All right, that being said, we'll catch you next time. Ooh, 219. Ooh, I usually don't quit at 219.